Right to take over the world. Man, I was up until like 5 a.m. this morning just watching the changes. League of Legends as such is untenable for now on. It's like too big. So they're doing some changes. They're just embracing the chaos. The changes are gonna make the game even more chaotic. So it's just gonna be like a brawl skirmish, which sucks for old fans. But they just committed to that now, I guess. And they're working on another project to satisfy the thirst for the League of Legends world and start creating new memories instead of trying to like relive the old ones, which is fine, honestly. So we have the fighting game coming out. We have the TFT mobile, League of Legends mobile, which is gonna bring like shit ton of console and mobile normies to the League universe, which is cool because like they can understand us better, right? You're gonna be able to communicate with other people who are like casual. They're gonna understand the League world a little bit. First-person shooter is the one I'm most hyped about. I'm liking the first-person shooter so far. I'm really liking it. Card game should be better than Hearthstone. That's not that hard to beat, and they have the popularity anyway. It's already like what 150k viewers on Twitch. First-person shooter looks really amazing, and they're building this world, so eventually they can build the MMO. Like I can't wait, but in a few years MMO should happen. They're really laying down the groundwork for MMO eventually. Animation series is the best thing to me out of those. It looks like to me it's gonna be the best thing. What do we got? Preseason 2020 gameplay, Rise of the Elements. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, now this is a lot of randomness in the game. Every season, Summoner Rift presents a variety of distinct and memorable environments for players to master. Rise of the Elements will bring Summoner Rift to life as the primal magic of the elemental drakes changes the landscape each game. The third drake transforms the rift before it spawns. Wait, the third drake transforms the rift before it spawns, and after that, its element will be the only one to spawn for the remainder of the game. Oh, so you get two unique ones, and then the third one. Wait, so the first two and the third cannot be equal, cannot be the same, right? Oh, so this is pretty interesting. This is a very good adaptation. So the first two cannot be like the third one, because the third one will be spawning for the rest of the game. Because that would enable you to have like 5 dragons, 5 infernals, right? I don't think that can happen. So that's pretty good. So you kind of get a little bit of uniqueness, then you like go straight up in this one. Infernal Drake sunders the rift, creating new pathways through buff camps and burning away their brush. In addition, the dragon pit itself becomes the Infernal Drake's molten domain, crumbling the walls around at the mouth of the pit. New paths make opportunities for a quicker flank or side step that your opponents aren't expecting. I like this. Like the red buff being like fucked. Here you can walk here, right? Is that what they sundered? I don't know, maybe not. The red buff looks really good. Like this opens up the jungle, okay? So more like skirmishy team comps are gonna thrive, I guess. It's less structured. So if Infernal happens, that's gonna be like pretty bad for vel'koz. Okay, like immediately I'm just gonna talk for the sense of vel'koz, then you guys are gonna extract your own information. This will be worse for vel'koz in my opinion. Because the map is like less structured, less order, it's more chaotic, and chaotic is bad for structured champion. Yes, worse in my opinion, Lancer. You said that it's gonna give you more vision, which is true, but let's say back in the day you would stand in the pit and you can like kind of shoot Qs, do some angles. Here it's like all is open. Like what are you gonna do if Kha'Zix has million movement speed? He's gonna be like we one shot Kiana, one shot, right? The only thing that's stopping them is your turret and like straight up terrain that they don't have vision over, right? If he just sees you, he's gonna like beeline to you and kill you. So I think this is gonna be worse for vel'koz and structured champions. So it's gonna go more towards, which is kind of what Infernal is about. Infernal, aggression, chaos. It's more about like straight up fighting, which is cool. I like that concept. Ocean Drake brings new life to the rift, causing existing brush to expand. fresh patches of brush to grow around the dragon pit, and the environment to flood with pools of water. In addition, honey fruit plants sprout up in each jungle quadrant. Sneak around the jungle or look for a new ambush opportunity. See, this is something that's like interesting. Here's what happens, man. Like, Ocean is supposed to be this like sustaining dragon. It gives you sustain. This is the change that's a bit weak, in my opinion. Ocean is supposed to be like this one that gives you sustain, better laning phase, stronger laning phase, and all that. But what it does is buffs assassins, bush campers, junglers, Rengar. That's what it buffs. Instead of the guys who are poking, laning, right? I know it still gives you the stats, but it's counterproductive, right? So getting Ocean is like, it's not even good, honestly. Like, at the moment, Ocean will help you like be an Ezreal, be a Nidalee, be a vel'koz, be Xerath, poking, sieging matchups, right? It really helps you be better at poking than other teams. So if you play a structured comp, 5v5, ARAM, NARAM, you're gonna win, okay? You're gonna get a really good advantage there. But the issue is, this just opens up more pathways to get like cheesed, ganked. So it's a lot harder to get vision. So, I don't know. I wish they were like... I wish everything is not beneficial to random jumpy assassins, right? I wish we could get a little bit of structure to the game. Like, imagine this, okay? This change would be like better. Ocean Dragon would just like... Maybe like... The rain torrent is gonna happen and it slows the dashes. It reduces the distance of every dash in the game by like 15%. Right? That would be like a cool change. You have these gusts of like rain torrent. It reduces the dashes. So it slows the game down. That works well with what we have so far, which gives you like the laning power. Laning power, structured power, poking power. And it would really well synergize with that, instead of punishing like squishies who are just walking through the jungle. The honeycombs in the jungle are a good option, but yeah. I think that would be pretty cool, like slowing dashes. That would be a really good idea. Okay, let's go with the Cloud. Cloud Drake's... I'm actually gonna cancel this. Okay, okay, what do we got? The Cloud Drake's power spawns air currents flowing through the jungle and dragon pit, speeding up champions in the vicinity, dodge skill shots or make swift collapse for enemies trying to sneak a far away objective. Okay, now you see the pattern, right? You see the pattern that I'm talking about. Again, extremely beneficial to assassins. Extremely beneficial to assassins. If Kai'Sa, if Kha'Zix, if Qiyana, if these champions get fed and they get this, it's gonna snowball the game even more in their direction. It's like, it's gonna be like way harder to counterplay them, especially in low elo. And low elo equals solo queue basically, because in team games this is gonna be very interesting to watch in team games in competitive. But I'm telling you, man, like we need something anti-assassin to slow the game down. At least one of these dragons, right? That's gonna give uniqueness to the game, so comps like, let's say, like Xerath will not get punished. Xerath is in a terrible state this game, because he gets one-shot by 0-3 Talon. So that's Cloud. Again, like movement speed assassins. Like you can argue it's gonna help against like people to run away, but I think these are like pickable by everyone. Like everyone can just get movement speed, so it just speeds up the game, and speeding up the game is anti what we wanted to do. Because the game is already pretty fast and chaotic. That's why I'm hoping that they're gonna like dial back on the champions a little bit in Season 10. They're removing Spear of Shojin, which is a good step, but we need way more. Shojin is just one of the issues. There's way more things we need to tackle. Okay, what else? What's Mountain? Okay, the Mountain Drake triggers a seismic shift through the rift. Bluffs of rock erupt from the earth, making for some scary new choke points and ambush locations, most notably across the mouth of the dragon pit itself. Okay, extra tight space give opportunities for big AoE wombos, creating some interesting new hiding spots for Fog of War. Okay, like again, this one is the best one so far. New hiding spots to Fog of War, again, that's kind of like assassin based, but it gives more tight places, it tightens the map, it suffocates the map, and it's way harder to traverse. Although the vision is like worse, the vision is way worse again. So in solo queue, it's gonna again have the same effect. This is just gonna promote again fast assassins picking off people in jungle, because people are stupid in solo queue and it's not like a team game. But in a team game, this one will definitely slow the game down, okay? This dragon will definitely slow the game down in competitive. Like in solo queue, you're just gonna have Talon fucking jumping off and one-shotting everyone, right? You're gonna have people coming out of, like, you're gonna have Kha'Zix stealthing through the fog of war and invisible, then Shaco coming in one-shotting. Again, like, it's beneficial to assassins, crazy. But it's the best one so far. I wish they change Ocean. I think we need a slow one, and Ocean is the best one. Because it's rain, it's ocean, it's waves. Just make it like, so the torrent reduces all dashes in game by 25%. It slows down everyone in the rift by 10%. I don't care. Slow the game down. One dragon needs to be countered, like, speeding it up. Okay, so that's fine. I guess the changes are interesting. We can't know until we play them, but for now, it's gonna be fun to play, definitely, because it's new. But I have a fear that the assassins are gonna go out of control. I mean, if Riot listens to community and kind of like just takes feedback, they should be able to like nerf assassins to compensate for this. Nerf assassins and nerf every champion is like slow the game down, dude. Essentially, that's what I'm talking about. No Elder. Okay, Elder gives execute. Yeah. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna read. Hopefully, we wanted to make sure elemental rifts are fair to both teams, regardless of whether one team is ahead on Drakes. Well, it's not quite fair. Keep your head in the game. If you fall behind early, it can be hard enough as it is. We didn't want to make it feel like the map itself was trying to make you lose. Well, it will be. You're not stopping 3-0 Talon with this map. No. We're creating new layers for the Rift. We wanted to make sure each of them would be as exciting and fair as the base Summoner Rift map. Both teams have the... Look, the fairest map is the simplest one. One lane, that's it. Okay? That's the fairest map. 3 lanes with a jungle. You're kind of playing with fire. Brushes in there, crabs, heralds, all of this. That kind of shakes things up. Things are more fair the more simple they are. Same for champions. The skill will shine through on the simplest of layouts. That's why we have like the highest skill ceilings in games like Quake, and games like Fortnite that are complex have absolutely no skill ceiling. It's just like a kid is just gonna make a tower and sit there until someone else comes and kills you. It's just stupid. Okay, that's how video games work. But yeah, the trick is to get complexity in a game while making it fair, and that's very hard to reproduce. League is essentially, or it was, harder, more complex version of chess. That had way more variables to deal with. It's like chess with multiple people running multiple things. Like in Harry Potter, dude. Everyone is playing one role in chess pieces. And you gotta synergize with other chess pieces, aka your teammates, to pull off a really good macro. And I hope they still stick to that, and I hope they still stick to macro instead of just like one guy jumping and one-shotting everyone. Because we need to deter that. Okay. Both teams have an opportunity to exploit and master the new terrain equally. So the outcomes are still in the player's hands regardless of which elemental rift takes shape. Yeah, but it's gonna benefit some playstyles way more. Additionally, we wanted to ensure rifts feel intuitive. Even in your first game, we avoided creating new gameplay mechanics in favor of expanding some of the rift elements you're already familiar with. We also made sure the changes always occur in the jungle near buff camps. And yeah, I like that part. So like you're not adding any more areas of like heat. I like that part. So no matter which element you get, you'll interact with the layout changes around the same areas. Yeah, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Okay, the elemental buffs are more equal in both satisfaction and strength. The elemental drakes themselves still grant different flavors of permanent stacking buffs to your team when killed, but some buffs are now a little different. Gain a percentage increase of AD AP, simple. Oceanic will regenerate a percentage of missing health every second. See, we still have that. We still have the regen, but like, what does regen matter if like Kha'Zix comes out of a brush and one-shots you, right? I think they need to tweak Ocean. It's It's oxymoronic, dude. Cloudbringer's Grace. Gain cooldown reduction for your ultimate ability. Wait, what? No movement speed. Okay, I guess they don't want to stack the buff because the terrain gives you movement speed anyway. So CDR for ulti. Huh. What is that gonna do? That's like having ultimate hunter. What is he gonna do? I mean, it's gonna speed up the game. It's definitely gonna speed up the game. That one is fairly complex. It's very difficult to tap into that. So I can't predict where this one is gonna go. I can't predict where this one is gonna go. It's pretty weird one. We have to see it in action. Gain a percentage increase of armor and magic resistance. I like this one on Mountain. I like this one. Percentage increase of armor MR. I definitely like that. That's what Mountain should be. I'm missing those tanks that are unkillable, right? I miss that feeling. Like, now, back in the day, you would have a tank that's like raid boss. It's unkillable. Without his team, he's useless because he's not gonna kill you. Now, you either have a bruiser who one-shots you and he's tanky with Sterak's and Shojin, or you just have like a... Like, everything one-shot. Even a Malphite tank is like a tool to one-shot. There's no regular tanks. Maokai doesn't exist. Regular tanks are just useless. Because you're gonna have a tank with 300 armor and 300 MR at the same time, and Kaisa is gonna press Q, you lose 800 damage. Like, it's stupid. We need more tankiness in the game, definitely. That's a thing to slow the game down. So Mountain is the only one that slows the game down to an extent I've seen so far. I mean, it can still go like, you have Jax, who gets like, presses his ulti, gains percentage off of this, dives 3 turrets, kills 3 guys. No Shojin, so he can't do the 4th one, but yeah, it can still act in a way to speed up the game, but generally it should slow the game down. Especially for players who are smart in itemization. So if you have an opponent team with like full AD comp, you stack like 200 armor, you get this, you increase percentage armor, you're golden, dude. You get shit ton of value, right? So that's smart. That's smart. I like Mountain so far the most. When a team kills their 4th elemental drake, instead of stacking their elemental buff, they'll gain a powerful dragon soul from the dominant dragon. Wait, what? Dragon souls persist through death and last for the remainder of the game. So this is not Elder, this is like some weird stuff. When a team kills their 4th elemental drake, okay. Instead of stacking their elemental buff, they'll gain a powerful dragon soul. Okay, so this is not a buff. This doesn't stack, so you only get 3 stacks. Oh, so you can actually have 3 Infernals, right? Or no, Elder is after 35 minutes. Elder is not like 5th dragon, right? Elder is not gonna be 5th. Okay, never mind, let's read this. Every 3 seconds, your next attack or damaging spell creates a small AoE explosion, dealing adaptive damage that scales with bonus attack damage, AP, and bonus health. What? Every 3 seconds, your next attack or damaging spell is small AoE. Bro, are we back with the poke style gameplay? Okay. Maybe poke gameplay? Just get Infernal Dragon Soul, just like decimate them under turret, especially if they're grouped up. And it scales with everything. Okay. Dealing any damage triggers strong health and resource regeneration for 3 seconds. Damage to minions provides less regeneration. Strong health. What? Strong health and resource regeneration. So you get energy, mana, whatever, and you get health regen. So dealing damage, this is like hitting Shen passive basically. You regain HP by hitting. It's kind of like lifesteal. The sense. Okay, interesting. Cloud Dragon Soul. Hitting enemies with abilities or attacks lowers the cooldown of your base abilities. That one gets out of hand very fast, dude. Didn't we try this with Shojin? Didn't we just try this exact thing with Shojin, man? That one does get out of hand, like, very fast. I hope this is like a... I hope this is not like a huge impact. It probably will be. Like, Like, imagine Ezreal just shooting Q and spamming whatever he does. Like, he shoots Q, he shoots E, his E regens his Q, he shoots Q again, then his Q regens his ulti because of his passive, then he ults, his ult regens his Q, double E and E, and he's just like, dude, this is gonna be spicy. Yeah, okay, we're gonna see this one. Katarina, yikes. This will be interesting. Wow, Summoner Rift really turns into Nexus Blitz and Earth. Okay, let's see what else do we got. Let's finish with this. Then we're gonna talk, chat. Mountain Dragon Soul. After not taking damage for 5 seconds, gain a shield that lasts until destroyed. So Malphite, right? The shield's magnitude scales with bonus AD, AP, and bonus health. So everyone gets a shield. Okay. Dude, these dragons are gonna impact the game so much. This is gonna be like... This entire game is gonna be about dragons, which means the meta is gonna shift. Meta is gonna shift very much so. Teleport top lane will be a must. Teleport mid lane, probably. Global's ridiculously strong. It's all gonna be about getting these dragons, man. Dragon fights, early game strong champions, early game skirmishes. That's gonna pop off. Okay? That's how the meta is gonna shift now. Crazy. Once one team has claimed a Dragon Soul, it becomes the Elder Dragon's turn to defend the pit. Okay, so it is actually 5th dragon. This means only one team can have a Dragon Soul. Yeah, it makes sense. So, when a team kills their 4th... Oh, never mind. Okay, so, it's fine. So, this is gonna be a team's 4th dragon, not the 4th dragon overall. Right? So the 3rd one changes the rift, and that one keeps spamming after, but when a team gets 4, this is the 4th one of the team. So team should have 3, then this soul. At that point, you're already like really snowballing. And then the 5th one will be Elder. So you can essentially have like 7 dragons, right? You're gonna have 3, one team's gonna slay 4th one, then you get the Elder spawn. Okay, so you can have 7 dragons on the game. So 6 buffs plus a soul, and then Elder. Okay, interesting. Elder buff is more satisfying. Elder buff doesn't favor a team with more dragons. Oh, so it's just... Okay. But the one team has to trigger it. So the team with the Dragon Soul is gonna have huge advantage with the Elder or without the Elder trying to defend it. So this is kind of smart. Elder doesn't favor the team with more buffs, but the team who actually triggered Elder spawn is gonna have advantage anyway. So the other team is gonna be an underdog in this fight. Okay. Elder Dragon still grants a powerful short-term combat buff, and we're retooling it to offer teams who have failed to claim Dragon Soul a teamfight focus hope of getting back in the game. Exactly. To achieve this, we're removing Dragon Scaling with Elemental Drake buffs, which favors replacing with a new execution component. If Elder's burn damage affects a low health enemy champion, they'll be consumed by a searing Elder Immolation. Disintegration. I love this. This is gonna be terribly difficult to balance, by the way, but we'll see. What do we got? We got Twitch coming in. I saw this clip last night, and he just like immolates this. I just love how he looks. He gets these wings, and it's like a vel'koz blue, like dark blue ray, and just one shots. Laughs in Katarina, in Karthus, in Katarina. Yeah. Oh shit, Karthus with the. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Like they're gonna have to do a bunch of rebalancing, retouching, but yeah. Enemies affected by Elder Burn have a small marker on their health bar indicating the execution threshold. The execution has a brief wind-up. So with quick reaction, immolation victims can avoid imminent execution with the usual clutch sales, Zhonya's, Kindred. Okay, so that's cool. So there's a brief, it's like Triumph kind of, flying to you. Give like a bit of a moment before you get executed. Okay. Elder Buff Burn is a threat of immolation will be there when they become vulnerable again. So if the Elder Buff Burn is applied a second time, it's back to the fountain. Wait, what? So like, does it stack? I don't. This is kind of ambiguous. Whatever. So you get hit again, you're dead. Side lane covers. This is the thing I'm 100% certain is gonna be good. You know why? I'll give you a chance to guess, Twitch. This is the thing I believe it's really, really good. It's because this is straight up stolen from Dota. And everything they've stolen from Dota, including the entire game and teamfight tactics, was good at the beginning. Okay? As long as they don't do much shit with this, it's gonna be good. It should be good. Also, it provides a lot of angles for vel'koz. Top lane, we don't care, but bot lane is gonna spice things up really well for vel'koz. Like, you're gonna have so many good angles, man. I don't know if teams are gonna have vision of this. I think they shouldn't. Somebody on Twitter talking about these flames. Should they do these flames give vision to both teams? And if so, it's probably gonna be like this corner, right? They shouldn't have more than that, in my opinion. But yeah, like, imagine they don't have vision. Let's imagine they don't have vision. I hope that they don't. Because if nobody has vision, you have like a pink ward here, and you have dominant lane, which is really good for vel'koz in bot lane. And then you just like come in here, you shoot a Q through Fog of War, boom, invisible. Q this angle, boom, invisible, checks this brush. Boom, invisible here, hits middle of the lane. You can hit all of this with just invisible Qs, man. It's gonna really make vel'koz interesting bot lane. Okay, let's read about this. The side lanes offer greater outplay opportunities by allowing players to turn fights through clever environment play. Yeah, that's kind of what I like. It's not like you're not getting like randomly ran down by a champion getting one shot. You can kind of have these opportunities. You go behind like vision. When he comes in, face checks, you like wait there with a full combo or some shit like that. Just to make it kind of interesting. Aside from multiple rifts and getting chance, we made some renovations to other parts of some of the rifts. I create identical alcoves in top and bottom lane. Both alcoves features 3 patches of brush. The other is just to juke around hiding, okay? We'd expect alcoves to be used constantly through the lane, of course. But every so often players may turn, 2v3 into a double kill by running in, kinda juking. You're no longer doomed if you're like far in the lane. Type escape, do certain that, Look for seeing how players make use of when they hit the rift. Okay, sure. There are 2 new patches of permanent brush. Oh, these are the near the blue buff. These open areas are the river are high traffic but lack map pressure. Yeah, this is a place I usually stand in when I'm trying to defend Baron from like a blue side team. Like I'll be vel'koz, I'll ward over the wall and I'm gonna stand around here. So this is a place you have to check anyway due to like Fog of War. Now is that you just have to like legit check it. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a like highly wardable area, I guess. Interesting. Holy, we got some changes. Okay. It's not all about the map. There's a host of other new features and updates coming in Preseason. There's common frustration points in League. Okay, let's see. Let's see if they address my concerns. Turn this off. Okay. Early jungling currently revolves around Krugs due to their high gold XP, yes, resulting in not Krugs, crabs. What? Resulting in one-dimensional padding and, I mean, yeah, I guess for junglers, they want that. Heavy blue side advantage due to bot lane's proximity to Krugs. Okay, sure. We're making XP and gold changes in order to open up more diverse pathing options in jungle strategies. Reducing Krug's value, buffing Gromp so junglers gain level 3 of any combination of... Okay, so Gromp, yeah, he was weak, kinda. But if you buff Gromp, you kill AP junglers, which are scarce anyway. We'll see. Okay. We also added respawn timers, like you see on red and blue buff, to the minimap for every camp. They'll pull junglers. I don't like this. I don't like making anything noob friendly. I don't like this. It's a quality of life change, but it also has a downside of being noob friendly. So reading the map, timing it in your head. Like, dude, Quake doesn't have timers when the mega health is gonna spawn or the big armor is gonna spawn. It doesn't. You have to memorize that shit. You look at the timer in game, when you pick it up, you're like, shit, 30 seconds from now, boom. And then you plan your path ahead for 30 seconds. Quake champion does. Wait, what? Fucking yikes. I haven't played it in a while. Like, that's memory game. That is memory game. And you're killing a lot of, like, potential. Now you can just, like... You can be, like... I can be chatting. I can be, like, playing Hearthstone. I'll be chatting and then just playing jungle. Just looking. All it takes is one look at minimap and I'll be like, I'll do this, this, and this. Boring. Okay. Okay, top lane influence. For a high-stakes solo lane, top hasn't been able to translate a lane win into an effective mid and late game carry for their team. What? How so? Did they ask Hashinshin and he told them this? Did they look at TF Blade manipulating solo queue, 1v9ing, having 90% win rate by being ridiculously good at what he does? Particularly higher levels of play. Combined with the preseason increased focus on mental Drake drawing fights to the bot lane, we're shifting power around to give top lanes better opportunity to translate their wins in lane to game wins. I don't think I need Fiora to be stronger who coin flip her lane 1. Like, it's hard to deal with it, man. We're increasing base minion XP slightly, so solo lanes level a bit faster, okay? And we're reducing the amount of bonus XP generated when allies share experience, so bot lane levels a bit slowly. We're also slightly decreasing jungle experience. Wait, this is actually good. Their explanation here is terrible. This is actually good. This is something like it's deeply needed. This is something that's actually very necessary. I like this. It's gonna slow down the jungle, and jungle is no longer gonna be spam ganks. It's gonna be like more calculated and methodical. Should I farm? Because if I don't, I'll fall behind. So like ganking actually poses a risk, right? This will be interesting actually. Solo lanes should be stronger, jungler a bit weaker, bot lane together a bit weaker. These are the lanes that I always say like are the most impactful lanes in solo queue. Like if you coin flip lose on mid lane, top lanes because jungle or bot lane difference. That's it. That's it, dude. Okay? Additionally, to balance out the map objective will be respawning Rift Heller earlier in the game and allowing her to respawn once if she's killed in early. Again, early game jungler buff. Early game impact buff. So early game, again, speeding up the game, farming is being punished. Being like non-proactive is being punished. Which is, I don't think we need more of that. It's already being punished heavily enough. Yeah, I talked about the dragons. It's probably gonna be on YouTube, all combined, like as a talk. I don't even know. I'll try to maybe edit this out. We'll see. Okay. Support items. We're refreshing support choices in the shop. They'll be less poachable and have an expanded quest system that should be more satisfying overall. Okay. We're also reducing the current complexity and rules load of the lineup. What? Towards the goal of creating more satisfying items, supports will no longer have to upgrade starter items in your shop. Instead, the quest item now automatically upgrades items to their second and third tiers when milestones are reached. Okay. With the wording...
Another entity of value.
Yo, Kabuto, what's up? Ponea with the 18 months, a year and a half with the Twitch Prime. You guys are just making my editing harder by doing these alerts. Okay, so you get items like immediately. You don't have to buy anything, which is good because I don't like wasting money on that. I can faster get my Dark Seal, Moby boots, stuff like that. It's gonna be more like... Support is gonna be more like diverse in playstyle, I guess, because you don't have to spend money on something you have to spend money on. Instead, you have more diversity in the build. Tier 1, starting stats gold generation passive. Tier 2, stats improve, 3 wards added, major stats upgrade, 4 ward capacity, gold generation. What are the quests though? That's what I'm interested in. This unlocks support to begin progressing towards their item builds without having spent their first 1.5k and completing their economy item exactly. These starting support items won't carry as many stats as before, but we think it's fair trade-off for the jumpstart supports are getting on their other teams. On their other items. Yeah, true. The 4 starting support items... 4? Spell Thief. What? High AD, low HP. Fucking Pike. High AP, low HP. Plus Spell Thief. Low AD, low AP, high HP. Targon. Okay. Coin remove. Fuck coin. Yeah, I agree. I like this. I kinda like this. So vel'koz goes high AP, low HP, Spell Thief. That's our thing, basically. Super aggro, spam that shit. Okay, what are the quests though? When assessing the play patterns of the income passive, Starguns and Coins both encourage a safer, more sustained focus plays like compare penalty for aggressive ones. So fine, yeah, now we have like blue, black or white basically. God damn it. Captain Heroes. Okay. Finally, we're adding new poaching rule that significantly reduces the gold you get from minions if you're farming them constantly. The tuning we want should still allow support to secure a last hit every now and then, or even farm an occasional wave like today. The penalty only kicks in if the item holder begins farming like non-sports. Yeah, more loose rules. The current rules piss me off. My AD carry makes 2 mistakes, dies twice in a row. I ruin my support item by farming, because you wanna farm. You're gonna wanna absorb the CS, and you farm that shit and it enables your, like, you get sidestone in 20 minutes in. It's stupid. Okay, this new rule allows us to remove the current anti-poaching mechanics on spell tip. Yeah, charge posing CS, nearby ally requirement for gold. Okay, so now we just like, now we can do some early strats and get money for free without our teammates. Okay, lethality. Lethality items are core for pretty big group of AD assassin fighters, but only with Duskblade and Ghostblade commonly used. Choices feel limited. We want to make Edge of Night more attractive option, add a 4th choice. Shit. Duskblade mostly is the same shit. Ghostblade is also mostly the same shit. Edge of Night spell shield now works like a Banshee Veil. Oh damn, that's bad. That avoids the learning curve of an active item. Again, learning curve being removed. They really love that, man. Mobile game. Let's make it all simple. Enable me to play with one hand while I'm sleeping. Riot. Because I have other shit to do in my life. Let me sleep, watch telly, and play with my other hand. While jungling and like also streaming and talking to my Twitch chat and making money. Can I just talk? Can we do voice recognition? Can I just say like, go top lane, and my character goes top lane. I say, kill top lane, it kills him, first blood. Can we do it like that? I'm tired of using my brain. Second blade is new lethality item that enables split pushing. Yeah, that's what we need. Its unique passive grants a huge attack speed buff when no allies are nearby. Dude, why do I just see Jax buffs everywhere? I mean, he's not gonna build lethality, right? I don't know. This will be interesting. We gotta see how this one goes. We're also exploring a few other potential lethality item options that you may see on PB. Doubling number of attractive lethality items significantly increases assassins' ability to tailor their early builds to the matchup or the state. As if we need that though. Like, isn't the whole point of lethality like sacrifice everything, get mind-blowing damage? Isn't that the whole point of lethality? You're just betting on being a good player while going pure damage while sacrificing everything else. I thought that was like the point of lethality, man. Even that point wasn't built well enough, because people would just like brain-deadly build 3 items and still be super tanky and not killable. Because they have like tools in their kit to avoid dying anyway. So I don't want to kill their later build variety by letting full lethality become optimal in every way. Individual items grant fewer stats, but now feature 1 and 2 piece of bonus. So it's more unique, but less like, just, you're not buying them for the sake of lethality. You're buying them for the sake of the buff. Okay, since this bonus stops at 2, assassins should generally branch into raw AD items like GA, Black Cleaver. Okay, so that's kind of capping solo queue like stupidness. Full lethality should still feel like a strong option against exceptionally squishy comps though. Okay, we'll see. We're removing Spear of Shojin. Fuck yes. Its unique passive when used by most synergistic champions is lowering the downtime of some CC mobility and immunity spells beyond what we think leaves healthy room for count. Took you long enough. Could have told you that before release. We're also looking for small improvements we can make across the item system from now through the launch of Preseason. Sure. Okay, Keystone. We're taking some Keystones to address a few problems they've created. Conqueror has been too effective at allowing sustained damage fighters to deal with tanks. Yes, yes, bring back tanks. Pure tanks. We have lost their place in solo lanes as a result. We're toning down the anti-tank nature of the rune by removing the true damage conversion and putting more power into the stacking adaptive force. Yeah! So Mountain Dragon has value, so buying armor MR has value. I like that. Kleptomancy has been commonly used as a way to generate lots of gold in an even matchup. like Rangers melee. We're pulling the power out of farm goal of my enemy pattern, pushing more into early game elixir drops. Yes, also a good choice. I see like 50-50 changes, man. I'm liking season 10. It's not like a landslide to the gutters that we expected it to be. I like it. League of Tanks. I don't even know why people say that. Tanks have been viable for literally one season that they like popped off. Aftershock continues to attract squishy champs looking to negotiate their intended fragility. We're lowering the flat resistance more and destroying buffing power against tankier champions. Thank you! No more Lux bot lane support with Aftershock. No more Lissandra mid lane with Aftershock. Brain that shit. Okay? You guys don't understand, okay? Tanks for the game are good. Slower gameplay is good. What slower gameplay does is it puts more accent on map rotations, on the way you play the map, on the way you farm on the map, on the way you move on the map, okay? Tanks are good. Slowing the game is good, because you get more to the brain level of skill instead of just like mashing button as Kiana and one-shotting someone, right? Slower game is a healthier game. This is pretty interesting. I like this. So the changes are about 50-50. I could end up liking most of them when we see them in play, because I don't know at the moment. I can't predict everything. But yeah, some of the things like are kind of obvious what they're gonna achieve in the gameplay. I'm liking this. I'm really liking this. Those are the changes in the Rise of the Elements Preseason 2020 gameplay. Pog. Season 10 might actually be the first season after 5 to improve on the previous season. Let's hope. I just hope that when the season starts, they don't mess around with how ranking and matchmaking works, okay? Figure out how do we want matchmaking to work in pre-season, then don't touch it during live season. No resets, no soft resets. Just let it run its course from the beginning to the end of season, okay? That's also one reason why season 9 has been like so... Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares about your hero in season 9.